Collin Morikawa shot an incredible 8 under 63 to close out this golf tournament. Despite one of his best rounds of the year, Morikawa called it mixed emotions. The two-time major champion opened up about his putting struggles, why he's finally committed to one putter, and his mission to stop faking it around the golf course. Here's what he had to say after that low round.
Collin, really solid round today, 8 under 63. Can you just talk through how you're feeling?
Yeah, mixed emotions. Obviously, I'm very happy with the 8 under. I think the way my game's been kind of trending, I probably would have signed for a 4 under, but got off to a nice kind of roll and putted really nicely. But look, this is my last tournament for the season, and I got a lot of work to do. It's not really the way I wanted the year to end, and I can look at the positives, but for right now, I know what I need to fix and kind of tune up if I want to be the player that I know I can be. Yeah, 2 things. I think we talked about it in the presser at the beginning of the week. One's the putting, to really just kind of stick with one putter and just feel confident. Today felt great. I felt like if I put myself on the greens, I felt like I could make any putt, and I need to get that feeling a little more often during the season. And 2 is just kind of getting the body right to where I know I can hit my cuts. I know I played well today, but I think we're good enough to where we can, in a way, fake it around golf courses. But I don't want to do that. I want to have full control. And when I watch some of these top guys and how they're playing right now, it's motivating for me to put into work. So it's going to be a fun couple months heading into next year. Yeah. It's nice when you have a playing partner that's playing well, and they're hitting great shots. You're hitting great shots. You're seeing putts go in. It's never a perfect equation to say you're going to play great because of that. But when you are playing great, it helps that momentum, especially as you continue that into the back nine. Sometimes it's hard if you get off to a great start through 9 to keep that rolling. So it's nice to have someone to keep that going into the through 18. Thank you.
Xander Schauffele capped off a wild week in Japan with a clutch victory, his 10th PGA Tour win, and his first win as a dad. The Olympic gold medalist opened up about his nerves, the tough weather, and how he leaned on his caddy Austin. With his deep family roots in Japan and his grandparents watching, this one meant more than just another trophy. Xander also revealed how the Ryder Cup helped reignite his confidence, and now he's ready to charge into his 30s with serious momentum.
We'd like to welcome the 2025 Bay Current Classic champion Xander Schauffele to the interview room. Xander, what a round. I know that you had mentioned before we were sitting here that it hasn't sunk in yet. Are we there yet? Or are you still processing?
Still processing. Yeah, it was a very strange week with the weather, I think, just for everybody. It's been a while since we've sort of battled the elements of no wind to a lot of wind to rain all day, back to no wind. So just proud of Austin and I hung in there all day knowing that it was going to take a low one.
And Xander, a couple of milestones here. 10th career PGA Tour victory, first as a dad in a country that means a lot to you. How does it make it special?
I've been coming here since I was about 9 years old to visit my grandparents. I sort of fell in love with this country a long time ago. So I can't wait to bring my son here when he's old enough to sort of understand and appreciate the culture here in Japan. The ties run deep for the Schauffele family here in Japan.
Hi Xander, congratulations. You had such a successful year last year, but then this year with the injuries and then not being able to win until today, were there any doubts in your mind? Or were you confident that you would get back to winning?
I was confident. I didn't. Definitely had doubts. I think every player in any sport, at some point in time, you feel like you're on top of the world, and then you feel like not that you've lost it, but you feel less confident. So I have a really good team around me. they pick me up when I'm down, and this is really special for me, and sooner than I thought. To be fair, I was running out of events in 2025 to sort of put my mark on it. So, I'm sure when I look back on 2025 at the end of my career, I'll smile and think it was a great year.
I'm going to fire off a few questions from our friends over in the States. One from Evan Priest with Golf Digest. Does this win set you up for a good run coming up in your 30s?
I hope so. I think our sport's getting younger and younger and younger, and I'm not getting any younger. So it's nice to end this year with a bang. And I turned 32 this month, so hopefully I catch some stride or get into a good stride here into my sort of mid-30s.
Playing in your final group, both were looking for their first PGA Tour win. Do you think that veteran experience helped that you've closed it out before?
I think so. I mean, I was plenty nervous. It was the first, it's been, over a year since I was even, looking at winning a golf tournament. I was probably just as nervous or more nervous than they were, just because, I knew I've done it before, and I had to dig kind of deep into my memory to do it again. So, they're both Max and Michael played very solid golf. We were neck and neck through 15, 16 holes, and then Max almost holed out on the last hole. So it was it's very satisfying win because they're great players.
Lots changed in your life. You've had a baby since BMW Championship. But what's changed, if anything, with your game or mentally since BMW?
I mean, mentally, I definitely felt different after having, Maya and I had our first son, and, being, I'm a young dad, I guess. He's only just over 6 weeks old, and, but yeah, it's weird. I'd do anything for him. So that part mentally feels different than anything else that I haven't really identified exactly what it is. It's still kind of fresh, so but it's definitely a cool thing being a dad, and I'm so excited to go home to him and Maya after this.
That wraps up the golf news, and thank you for watching. For your daily dose of golf news, subscribe to Daily Divot Golf and click the bell icon to stay notified about our latest videos. Drop your thoughts and reactions about the top stories in the comments below, and I'll pin the best takes. Click the video on screen to get caught up on yesterday's news.